Hello everyone, welcome to Sinful Gaming. Hope you're all doing well, hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey with me this Sunday night. It is the Sunday night hobby hangout, so let's get doing some hobby. I got a new project to be working on because I finished up the Wanderers last night. They are all nice and done. You can see some pictures around them on social media, but now we're working on some Lumineth. From one elf to another. So we're going to be painting these guys up in a sort of cold, wintry scheme. I've got my test model here that I did up. This will be the test scheme that we do for the Lumineth. And yeah, so we're going to start with our Dawn Riders. I've got 15 of these bad boys to paint up. So let's get rocking. We're going to do the armor first because because we're going to get the armor done first because it's going to be the easiest way to do this, because what we're going to be able to do is wash the armor and then we're going to be able to dry brush on the highlights, which is going to just give us, because we've got nice big flat areas of armor, it's just so much easier to get the armor done in one big fell swoop, knock it all out, dry brush, get those highlights up really nice, because you can sort of get dry brush highlights if you sort of get a circular motion going on your armor, which will just make the job painting these and Lumineth in general a ton easier if we can smash out one big step. So with that said, we're going to need some Coelia green shade to go on top. If you're joining us, let us know what hobby you're working on at the moment. Love to hear from everyone. But yeah, at the moment we're just going to get some Coelia green shade going and get a wash on these models. There's a ton of armor on the Dawn Riders. That's why I've sprayed them all nice and silver. Just there's a heap of armor. Yeah. Like I said, if you're joining us, let us know what hobby you're working on at the moment. These are just such lovely models of the Dawn Riders. I absolutely love these models. Probably my favorite Lumineth model. So we're just going to slap on some wash at the moment. Just missed one bit. Yeah, just the front of this horse. So yeah. Yeah, I finished up my Wanderers the other day, which was awesome to finally get that project done. 2,000 points of Wanderers now all nice and painted up, which I'm really, really happy with. I sort of went all out with the basing on the Wanderers, which is not something I normally do. I'm pretty simple with how I do my basing, so I really wanted to get some overgrown sort of look. Hello, Jay Durthu. Nice to see you there, mate. I really wanted to get the overgrown sort of foresty sort of look to them, and I think I achieved what I wanted to get them to look like, so I'm really happy with how the Wanderers turned out. Awesome, thanks, man. I'm glad, they're quite popular on social media at the moment. People seem to be really digging them, so I'm really happy with how they turned out. And we'll probably revisit them at some point and get some extra models added to the force over time. Got a lot of old Wood Elves I'd like to paint up. I've got a unit of War Dancers I'd like to paint up. Like I said, at the moment we're painting up some Lumineth. So this is going to be the next army project. It never ends. So we're just getting a wash down because we're just going to do the armor in one big fell swoop. The Rising Ape, nice to see you there, mate. Hello. So what this is going to allow us to do by doing the armor first in its entirety, I'm going to be able to dry brush the armor, which is going to make painting these just so much quicker. And metal looks really nice when you dry brush it. You can use like sort of a circular motion when you dry brush, and you can get like a really like polished steel sort of look dry brushing that's really easy to achieve and really quick to achieve. So I'm going to be using that sort of scheme on my Lumineth. We're currently throwing down a wash Coelia Green Shade because we're going to do them in a very cold, wintry sort of theme. Lumineth, they're going to have like big snow bases and all that sort of stuff. So we're doing like a greeny tinted sort of armor here. I'm sure I got those chests on those ones. Oh. Yeah, so yeah, how you can get like a really nice look of like metal. So this is really easy to do if you have like models with a lot of metal. So what you do is when you dry brush in like a circular motion outwards. And what that does is you make it heaviest towards the center and it sort of just makes it look polished. And you do it with like a couple of tones of like metal. So I'll do, always I just tip something underneath my desk. Whoops. That's what that crash was. Oh dear, we'll sort that out later. There's nothing important. It's just some bits and pieces. Anyway, and so I'll do like a couple of tones of metal. So I'll do this, and then I'll do Lead Belcher again, and then I'll do a really light one of Ironbreaker on top of that. Donald, hello there, mate. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, so I'm going to get me some Lumineth painted up. Yeah. So what's everyone been hobbying on lately? What are you hobbying on at the moment? Some weekends? Got much plans for hobby wise? Anyone got anything hobbying on their desk? Yeah, so I've got a whole video, but let's go over it. So, Hope. So, probably some important information. They finally gave us the piece of information that Kragnos is the last Broken Realms book. We finally got that sliver of information that Kragnos is the last Broken Realms book. The new Sylvaneth character is in there. in Kragnos as well, which is cool. So expecting big things from Kragnos. My hope is, well, I just look forward to Kragnos, really. I think we're going to see Kragnos' mini, maybe. So Monday, yeah. Yeah, well, technically it's Tuesday for me. It's like early Tuesday morning. We'll be doing a live stream there, so anyone who wants to come and hang out and hobby along and chat is more than welcome to. We'll have that. But yeah, so I think we'll see that. I think we're going to see like the full reveal of Soulblight Gravelords. We'll see whatever we haven't seen for them. I think it's pretty safe to assume. Pikachu, sure is. Nice to see you there, Babes in Bio. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Working on a Slaanesh list before buying painting Upper Luminous Warcraft Force. Nice. Yeah, just started doing some Warcraft stuff on the channel. So I'm doing some star collecting videos on Warcraft at the moment, which will be fun. I really like Warcraft. I think it's a great little game. So yeah, we'll be doing some Warcraft stuff on the channel. But yeah, really looking forward to the reveals. There should be a ton of stuff happening. What do people want from the reveals? What are people hoping for? It should be said that I think Saturday is iOS 3 as well. I think that'll be the big reveal Saturday. Oh, nice. Blood Bowl team. Awesome, man. I just don't have the time to commit to the stores like Blood Bowl and Age of Sigmar one. Just unfortunate. But, like, dude, I'd love to get some games of Blood Bowl in. Ben Bailey, how are you, mate? I am doing well. Hope you're doing well, buddy. But yeah. I am good, man. I am really good. Just finished up the Wanderers the other day and straight on to the next project, as you know. That's how it is. Out of the cauldron into the fire. So we're painting up some Lumineth today. Some Dawn Riders. getting all the armor on done first, so I can do like a dry brushing sort of way to get the armor done in a nice polished look really, really quick. Because when Lumineth came out, especially with the latest one, I went maybe a bit too heavy-handed into them and bought like one of everything, the new stuff, and then had 3 of the old boxes, plus some of the old models as well. So I've got a pile of Lumineth that need to be built and painted. $30 Bloodletters, nice. Yeah, I am on 15 Dawn Riders at the moment. That's a lot of Bloodletters to get smashing through. I do have a pile of Bloodletters. I've actually got a Khorne army underneath the desk here that needs to get painted. So, hope everyone is doing grand and getting. Excited for tomorrow, Ben? Box to Battlefield today. Oh, it's gonna be a hard ask there, man. They're Bloodletters, so at least like it's a lot of single colors. Like there's not an awful lot of other colors. What are you talking about? Kanothi aren't real. Kanothi are certainly real. I got one right here. Kanothi. Chris Wallace, hello there, mate. Me, like I can't go past Stormcast. Like, if you were a betting man, yep, that's exactly what I was like saying. I'm like, it's pretty easy to sort of get that. I mean, if only like you had access. Too bad you don't have any like the GW sprays there that you could like make that. Not even need that Chaos Black step. Oh, nice week off. Like I was going to say, I've purposely refrained from asking you about anything like what do you hope there is because, well, yeah. Nice. Okay, yep, I understand the idea now. Fair enough. So, like, Babes and Biles, like, if you're a betting man, you got to bet on Stormcast in a new starter set, don't you? Like, if we are getting Age of Sigmar 3, like, logic says 2 out of 2 times so far there have been Stormcast in the starter set for Age of Sigmar. That's a pretty good bet. Like, they would be the most favorable odds to bet on something. I've said this before though, like when we're talking in like the group and everything, I've said like I wouldn't be surprised with how much Lumineth are getting like a focus in the center that like Lumineth ever pop up in a starter box at some point. Like it wouldn't surprise me. There hasn't. And like I guess like we don't like Warhammer Fantasy never had the focal sort of main faction that Age of Sigma does. Like Stormcast are clearly like the central faction yet. Like okay, they're not like essential to like as like Space Marines in like 40k, but they're still like without doubt. Like you just look at like the meta percentage in like a tournament setting or something. Stormcast still make up 10%, and like that's massive when most Age of Sigmar factions make up 5 or 6. Stormcast are sitting there double, and then in a tournament setting, they're not great at the moment. Yeah, Warhammer Fantasy had no poster boys. Like, I mean, the ones I remember from my major years in fantasy was the Empire and Orcs and Goblins, the Battle for Skull Pass between the Goblins and the Dwarves, and then Island of Blood between High Elves and Skaven. That High Elf and Skaven one I thought was probably the best fantasy box that ever got released. Oh, yeah, because you make me almost want like Stormcast to not get. I mean, I would love new Stormcast. I mean, anyone knows like I have a huge collection of Stormcast. Yeah, logic says like we've had Stormcast and Chaos, we've had Stormcast and Death. Logic says Stormcast and Destruction. However, logic is a very terrible thing to believe in. As someone who watches a lot of sport, oh, that's not even it. That's the boxes plus the box of archers and the characters, and I've actually got like I literally when the latest Lumineth release happened, I literally got one of everything. AOS 3 core box. Yeah, whatever Kragnos brings. Like I think that's a solid bet there, Jonah. I mean, like having read Beastgrave by C.L. Werner, like I can't help but want it's just a Star Drake and a Maw Crusher. I mean, if that was like $200 for Star Drake and Maw Crusher, sign me up. $200 Australian, by the way. Our starter sets sit around what is it? Soul Wars is $225 or something in Australian. Yeah, like yeah. I've had this discussion with like multiple people. The people who complain about like think Australians pay so much more, you got to remember like over here, like my minimum wage is huge. Our minimum wage is huge. I know that's not the same for everyone in Australia, but like minimum wage in Australia is like $21.90. Like that's minimum wage, and so like when I talk to like Americans, it's like they're like, "Oh, you pay so much more." I'm like, not really. Like everything's more expensive here because we get paid more. But yeah. Anyway, I have that conversation all the time with people. Yeah, new Stormcast would be cool. Like, be interested to see where they go. Ugh. Yeah, roughly. Like, it's yeah. 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 Well, thank you. But yeah, it is a trade-off. Like, we have high wages, everything costs more. That's sort of how that works. Plus, like, so I'm going to be doing my own ones. So I'm going to be doing like a winter scheme. So this was the test model. If that comes up, when I can line, that was the test model. Just like cold blue. So my own one, I'm going to make like some luminous Romulans that are living like out of Haish. Then I'll also do, once I've finished these, I'll then go back to my cities, and then I'll make a Settlers Gain army. Because I can't stay away from cities for too long. Nigel, I think you'll be disappointed, buddy, because it's certainly... like, yeah. I think you've got more of a chance of seeing Stormcast than not seeing Stormcast in a new starter box. If that is what we're getting. I mean, like, let's put it this way. AOS 3 is nothing but rumors at the moment, no matter how much anyone says they've got inside information or whatever. Like, make no mistake. It is nothing but rumors until GW actually say it's a thing. Which may happen Saturday. Who knows? But it is, nothing but rumors. But rumors are always fun. I always like talking about rumors. Rumors always get me excited for new things. Whether that new thing appears or doesn't, I have zero care in that. I just like talking about Warhammer. So rumors make me excited for new things. They can be completely different than what the new thing we've been told the rumor is, but I'll still be excited for it because it's like rumors just, they get me excited. At the end of the day, if hobby makes me happy, hobby's doing its job. Well, like, what would you like to see alongside? Yeah, definitely. Like, totally get that vibe from you there, Ben. That you hate talking about Warhammer. Sounds good, man. Yeah, Bathed in Bile. Certainly, I will get my my Skaven team finished up. They're half painted, so I got to finish my Orcs as well. So NFL, I go for the Seattle Seahawks. So of course, I have the Seattle Sea Orcs as a thing for Blood Bowl. Hey, well, you should check out Brizhammer's results, Jonah, because Slanish this weekend just went 4-1 at a 60-player event. Came 5th overall. Like, I think Wolf Paws, like, I see that as something in the future. Like, I honestly think when Blood Bowl sort of reaches that point, we will see Age of Sigma Blood Bowl teams. I think it'll be something that we see in the future. Like, when they run out of ideas, like, obviously we've got things like the Snotlings are getting warband, and like they haven't even put them all out yet, all the teams. But it just makes sense to me that eventually so Brizhammer, look up Runax Wargaming and you will find the lists and all that sort of stuff. So it's you should be able to find it there. Jonah. Actually, give me a second. I think I actually took a photo of it. So I will throw it in the Discord server. Sinful Discord server is linked in the description of the video. I will throw the list in the Discord server under, where are we? Rules discussion and army lists. When I find, there it is. Yep, got it. So the image is just chucked up there. Ligma Patient, I'm doing all right. Hi, Tyrant Red, nice to see you there. Yeah, done okay. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I think like Titanic has been really tempting me of late. I think that's the box game I'm most interested in. Because I like cool models, and like while Aeronautica is cool and stuff like that, the models don't necessarily do it for me. But that may change if we get some other factions in there. 40k was, I'm a bit of a Eldar fan, so that'd be cool if we get some Eldar for it. Jonah, I just threw that in the list and rules discussion part of the Sinful Discord server. So if you want to go check out the list, you can. But yeah, it went 4-1, and I believe it lost to the army that came second, which I don't know what that is, but whatever came second, that's what it lost to. So it was fighting to be 5-0, is what I understand. I believe there was 2 5-0s in the end. So yeah, it was fighting to be a 5-0 army. Hi, Tyrant Red. How are you doing today, mate? Hope you're doing well, buddy. So we're going to need to leave them to dry off for a little bit. Almost there. What else can I do? You know what? We can slap down some lead belcher onto Eltharion while we wait. Devlin, good evening, I guess. Yeah, 10 o'clock. Good evening. Hope you're doing well, mate. So we'll Nick, evening, mate. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Just trying to find a particular brush. I have misplaced. Where have I put it? I misplaced the brush that I want. Oh, there it is. Found it. Simon, hope you're doing well as well, mate. Eldar personally, yeah. Like, plastic aspect warriors are the thing. I mean, it just sucks that so I like Dire Avengers, that's cool. The one they turned into plastic the most recently is one of my least favorite aspect warriors in the Howling Banshees. But yeah, they're besides Shining Spears, I do not like Shining Spears. I think Shining Spears look boring as all hell. Aspect warriors for me, like Swooping Hawks, Warp Spiders, Fire Dragons, Striking Scorpions are the one. Cheers, 9-inch Dan. Really happy with how the Wanderers turned out. Now, we're on to some Lumineth. So we're just, while we wait for the Dawn Riders wash to dry, we'll get some paint. Yeah. For me, Swooping Hawks are my favorite aspect warrior. Yeah, like, I mean, you're talking with someone who literally, like, I think anything can be competitive if you learn the army. Um, yeah, I think tomorrow is Kragnos Day because I believe, like, Saturday is AOS 3. That's my thoughts on that. Yeah. I do find there's a lot of armies with bookkeeping. I would recommend two things. One, AOS Reminders is fantastic for helping you remember everything. So that is definitely my first suggestion. And two, get yourself some tokens. Tokens, War Scroll cards, all of that is just fantastic for helping you remember what you need to do, even if you struggle with remembering. Tokens and like stuff you will easily find like if you GW don't currently have any in stock, so they do generally run out eventually. Um, but as it may, you can easily find tokens and trackers and stuff like that. I'm sure you'll have some local like bit maker that does something for you. Yep, Pro Painter Studios is great. That's a UK one. There's some really good ones in Australia. Wherever you're from, like I'm sure there'll be some in the US as well. Blood Reavers are cool. Like Caleb, like Blades Corner, interesting spot. They're certainly not like a powerhouse within. Like it depends. Like, what are you looking to get into Age of Sigma for? Are you looking to try and take tournaments on? Are you looking to just play with friends? Are you looking to have some like more narrative focused game? That's like the most important question I would ask anyone before they start, because my answer will differ based on what you want to do within the game. If you want to like be really trying to compete in a tournament, or do you want to be like that person who can be in every game but not necessarily with a powerful army? That's a question I would have for you. Babes and Bile. I'm sure you'll get there with your Fire Slayers, man. We'll take them on. All right, so competitive. So Blades of Khorne are certainly not one of the top premier armies in Warhammer Age of Sigmar at the moment. Like, there's no doubt about that. They don't have certain things that make certain armies strong, though they have some counters to some of them. So things they don't have that make armies competitively strong at the moment. Now, this is said with the rumors that a new edition is coming mid-year, so this could change some things dramatically from what I'm going to say. They lack shooting and they lack magic, two of which are major things within the current meta and game of Age of Sigmar. They, however, can be quite defensive against magic. They have some really cool things, like some of their and because they don't have magic, they have prayers. Magic can't stop them doing what they do as well on the same part. Shooting is a big issue. Blades of Khorne relies on a lot of smaller heroes and generally doesn't have big heroes. Their heroes aren't all, even their big heroes aren't necessarily tough. So things like Bloodthirsters will die really quickly to very minor shooting output. And you've got a lot of 5-wound heroes that are really integral to your army. Things like blood secretors and slaughter priests, etc. All of these things are issues with the army. However, that being said, that is against armies that do really well in the meta. So that is against things like Lumineth, Caradron Overlords, and Seraphon. Seraphon are just a hard counter to absolutely everyone. It's hard to say anything to try and stop them because they just do everything well. However, against KO and Lumineth, you have things you can do with them. Putting attacks out is really great because you can have lots of small units with high amount of attacks. This is really good against things like Lumineth, Realm Lords, and Caradron because they generally base on having screens in front of their important stuff. So by having small units that can dish out loads of attacks and put out damage well beyond their unit size, this can be a really good thing that you can use with Blades of Khorne to enable them to punch across the table and really put it up to armies like Lumineth and Caradron Overlords. They also have some really cool movement tricks which will really help them. Things like their Blood Type, which is an invaluable resource I would recommend looking at for lots more than summoning. Summoning is something I see done by the best players I know that play Blades of Khorne very little with Blood Type. Some of the movement mechanics that Blood Type has is definitely the best things that Blood Type does. So yeah, I definitely think Blades of Khorne have play. You've definitely got an army that can win half your games in an event. You're not playing an uphill struggle army. You're not playing something like Beast of Chaos or Sylvaneth or Nighthaunt. Maybe not Nighthaunt anymore with more recent updates, but definitely the former two really struggle to be up there competitively. So you've got a good middling army. You're going to find you have a good game against the vast majority of armies, and you're going to struggle maybe against a couple of other very, very top tier armies, but Blades of Khorne are certainly solid there. I would really recommend, I put up a video on army list building tips, just giving that a watch because it will reiterate a lot of what I've just said and sort of help you with those army list building tips that might help you make some decisions as you learn to play some games. Anyway, if there's any more questions, man, just throw them out. I'm more than happy to keep talking about Warhammer. We've got Donald Cowie. I just hope having an army that's reasonable win rate in my local meta before even trying a tournament. Yeah, dude. Like my advice for tournaments is just go. Like they are so much fun. Like I would say the people when you go to a tournament. You got to think like most people I know go to a tournament for the sheer fact of it is 5 or 6 games of Warhammer in a weekend. And when else do you get that? That is the vast majority of people's outlook on a tournament. The amount of people going to a tournament to try and win said tournament is very small, maybe the top 10% of the tournament. Because it's like, and even less than that, because as soon as some of them lose their first game, they stop being in that kill mentality. They can go, oh well, I'm out of the running to win it, so I don't really like. Not that I don't care, but they take that step back to enjoy themselves more rather than trying to win every game. So I think you can find tournaments are a lot less cutthroat than people might think. At least for Age of Sigmar. That's my experience in them. Yeah, go to tourneys for the hang. Like, I've got mates all over Australia that I like to catch up and see. I'd go to like I was planning to go to tournaments in another country to catch up with people that I either talked to online or I've met over here that come to Australia for tournaments. Yeah, so the realms, yeah, it seems like a lot has changed within particular realms, especially. I will refrain from too many lore spoilers. We'll be doing all the lore spoilers this week on the narrative show. Cool. These are nice and done now, which means I can start dry brushing. Yeah, and that literally is the single biggest part of it, Devlin. All right, so we're going to start dry brushing up. Do you want it's encouraged. Like net listing is given a bad name by some people. However, I don't think net listing is a bad thing at all. Yeah. I played very minimal games with Lumineth Realm Lords. I've played against them quite a few times now. You can see a couple of my games against them. Simon, well, we already know we're getting a brand new model for cities in the next Broken Realm Walk. We've got the father-daughter witch hunter team coming out. So we know there's new models coming for city. Yeah. No, Donald, have a good time, mate. We'll probably be going for a little bit tonight. All right. Well, my first thing, dude, would be what subfaction are you playing? Because that will be massive for getting you some movement. If you're not playing the right subfaction for your dispossessed. My biggest advice for subfactions is play Tempest Eye. So that gives you +3 movement turn 1, +1 armor save turn 1. In addition to that, this will really help get your dwarves across the table quick. Tempest Eye also gives you access to Caradron Overlords, which you can use to take some boats, or some balloon boys, or something like that, to give you that little bit of extra movement there as well, while keeping your dwarven theme. Yeah, I would certainly recommend trying out Tempest Eye. It also has a lot of shooting benefits as well. That would be my biggest suggestion is give Tempest Eye a try out. Like, it'll take a few times to sort of get your bearings. Like, you got that's my biggest advice with anyone trying and something not working. Try more than once. Happy to help there, mate. Hope you can find some improvement in your recent results. I'd recommend like making sure you've got enough screens in your force as well, and enough units and bodies there that you can zone out the board appropriately to stop the INF being able to do whatever they want. At the moment, I'm painting up some Dawn Riders, mate. Just finished off a Cities of Sigma Living City army, so now I'm working on some Lumineth Realm Lords next. Doing any hobby at the moment yourself, dude? And yeah, I agree with you, Dan. I think it's books push you towards certain builds, playing certain ways. So I don't think the game itself net lists in nature. I like Glade Riders a lot. I do like the Dragon Prince models. I thought Dragon Princes were one of the nicest cavalry kits. And I will say I do like Vanguard Paladors. I reckon Vanguard Paladors are amazing. I think there's so much motion in the Palador models that they're fantastic. Devlin, well, dry brushing is just it's just nice. But yeah, when you're trying to get metal, if you paint in a circular motion with your dry brushing, what you can do is you get a really polished metal sort of look. So that's what I'm doing here, because it's just creates these bulbs of light on the panels. It gets a really nice polished steel look with very minimal effort. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I just painted that. That was my second 2K army done this year so far. I've done that. I've done 2K of Stormcast, and now I'll probably smash out about 3K of Lumineth. Or at least try and get like a playable 2,000 points of Lumineth sorted. My Living City Army was fun though. That was a nice big hobby project to sort of do. Stretch my legs with my basing. No worries, Dan. I will catch you later, mate. Have a good day. Yeah. Anyone else still watching? Let us know what hobby you've been working on at the moment. Love to hear from everyone. We started recording our first narrative sort of stuff. So how we're going to have the narrative stuff working on the channel is it won't necessarily be players. We'll be making the armies do the gaming, if that makes sense. So it might be that you see the same players playing multiple armies throughout the campaign, but the idea is we're trying to tell the story through the campaign rather than the armies. Rather than the players, we're trying to have the armies be the focal point and the story we're telling. So we'll probably have something for the campaign coming up soon. Just going to wait for anything long-winded like that. We're just going to wait for the new edition probably before we start releasing anything. I don't really want to have to start a campaign and play through and like change rule system halfway through the campaign. been painting a horde of 40k orcs for a long time, ready to take a break from greenscreen. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I just finished painting some elves, and I'm painting more elves. Very different elves though, so I'm going for like where it was green and bright and vibrant. These are going to be very cold and blue and grey. Finishing 2 Dracothian guards for the Astral Templars, so they're finally done. Nice, dude, and that's the end thing. Like, let no one else set the standard for your hobby but yourself. If you are happy with the time being spent in your hobby, and you are happy with what you are achieving in that time, then there is nothing wrong. Norris Rising Apes, thank you very much, mate. We are going to finish up our hobby stream tonight soon in a minute, guys. But thank you all for coming and hanging out and hobbying. We're not going to do too long a one tonight because we're going to do a massive one tomorrow night for the GW Age of Sigmar reveal. So we will be on tomorrow night for a while. Like, we're talking like 4 or 5 hours of hobby hangout tomorrow. So you can come hobby and hang out with us then for a long time. So finish up with these Dawn Riders, and then we'll probably start to head off. Don't forget, guys, if you are watching, to please drop a like on the video. Every like helps people find the channel, come hang out, come help the channel grow some more. So all of those are greatly appreciated. While we're here as well, special shout out to everyone who supports the channel via Patreon and YouTube members. Thank you to everyone who helps support the channel and keep doing what we do and helps the channel grow more and more. Every like, every subscriber, everyone that does anything in any manner for the channel, it all helps and means the world. It's great to see just how much the channel has grown over the past year. This time, like last year, we were just over 1,000 subs. Well, no, we weren't even at 1,000. We didn't hit 1,000 till like July last year, and now we're like on the push for 5K, which is awesome. And everyone watching that's liked the video, that subscribed to the channel, has a hand to play in that and has been greatly appreciated. But that's the last Dawn Rider, that part of the dry brushing done anyway. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to drop a like. Come hang out with us tomorrow night as we watch the GW reveals. So we'll have a hobby hangout reaction sort of thing. And come chat with us then. It's going to be a ton of fun. Look forward to seeing what we see in the reveals. And yeah, it'll be a great time. So everyone, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.